Wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push a mind to a...
All right, let's get it rolling. A new day. Let's get it rolling. It's Monday. Lovish? What is this? Oh, God, no. I think we've already seen most of these. What is this? A new Coop game? Ooh.
If you're hearing this, you've already stepped too far in. They told us it was just wilderness. But what lives here doesn't follow natural rules.
Hey guys, I don't think this place.
Oh. Spooky. Bugs. Oh, it's kind of like the cabin in the woods. Oh, I love this art style. What's with the two eyes that follow you? Ugh.
Where's the food? I'm hungry. Hurry up! Food, quick! Where's the food?
The food! God damn, dude, that burger looks crazy.
I'm starving here.
Huh. Medieval battle food truck. That's kind of clever. This looks like dog shit. I don't care about it. I ain't gonna play that.
There are so many moments in this season where you look at a line of dialogue, a scene, an encounter, and you think to yourself, it's a very Fallout moment. I think it's been fun.
I wonder if they'll have the Sentinel armor like what they had in Fallout 4. I'm so curious to see if they have the Sentinel armor and who they'll give it to.
The rest of the team at Bethesda to come and look at what the game looks like when it's brought to life.
For the Brotherhood of Steel, of course.
When you see a fantasy world that you've worked on digitally come to life in this way, stepping into it is still surreal. Like, I have not gotten used to it.
And this thing is completely badass. Always blown away by the attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
You're in this
I
world.
bet.
You can reach
I
out.
bet being there on set is probably like the best feeling in the world, knowing that, like, you have to realize that Fallout's been around since like the 90s. They've been making Fallout games. I think even maybe before that. I think Fallout series is pretty old. Hold on. When did the first Fallout game come out? No, 97. 97. Not as old as me, but
Out and touch and feel everything, whether it's the creatures, the environments, the vehicles.
As an actor, you lose yourself when you're surrounded.
it's kind of like how it felt whenever they started making the Marvel movies. There's a legacy that's already there. They just have to blow the dirt and dust off of it and pull out all the goodness. And so far, the writers and directors who have been doing this have been blowing me away.
that level of detail. It feels real.
The backdrop of New Vegas is a beautiful, wonderful set of circumstances and world.
A huge part of the success of the show is interpreting the tone of the games. The games have a tone that is almost choose your own adventure. I mean, I think New Vegas is a game where you can literally turn up the wackiness.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
I describe Fallout as Indiana Jones meets Doctor Strangelove while drinking at the Star Wars bar. It's so insane.
It's something that the games observed a long time.
I don't know what it is with the song and dance routine. I think that's kind of weird. That's not really the Fallout universe, but maybe that's just me.
That the most horrible thing in the world can happen. Human beings are still going to be a little strange.
There's many, many great video games, but Fallout is unique among all of them in that it balances comedy and drama and moral dilemmas in such a delicious way.
Vegas offers a more established settlement. There's more people, there's more creatures, and if anything about the world of Fallout can teach you, it's that both of those are dangerous.
I think one of the most vivid things about those
Macaulay
games were the
Culkin,
different
dude.
factions.
It's so crazy to see Macaulay Culkin. He looking good, bro. He looking good.
There's more people, there's more creatures, and if anything about the world of Fallout can teach you, it's that both of those are dangerous.
Damn, that haircut suits him,
One
bro.
of the most vivid things about
Damn, he looks good.
those games were the different factions.
I'm especially excited for fans to see the Kings and what's happened to them, as well as the cons. We wanted to go to Novak and feature Dinky, obviously.
The sort of horror of Caesar's Legion, the almost sentimentality of the New California Republic, the way that it represents the world from before, the dark vision of House.
Robert House, who's one of the most iconic characters from the game,
Yes, I believe I am.
incredibly memorable. It didn't seem like we were making Fallout unless we, of course, brought Robert House into it.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and you're hoping that by that they mean death clause.
I can't tell you how many people come up to me and tell me that New Vegas is their favorite game. So I'm really excited for them to get to step back into that world.
For people maybe who've never played the game, for people who have played the game, I'm very excited for all of them to experience what that world looks like and looks like now 20 years later.
It's still stuck on the first episode. Haven't had the time to watch more than one. Haven't had the time for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, there we go. I've heard good things about Once Human. The only reason why I won't touch it is because it's online only. Oh! I end up getting turned into one? That's cool. I guess you could actually wear the different enemy heads now. What the fuck? Oh, it's like a mimic. What the hell? Is it like take all the items and turn it into money? Huh. Was it a world boss? That's crazy. Docked heavy machinery trailer. What is this? It's another simulator. Is this another? Oh, Saber.
Life at the docks ain't easy. Never was, never will be. But with the right machines,
oh, it's totally another sim.
Fighting chance. The STS crane, a giant beast by the docks. Steel bones, cable veins full of diesel blood. You sit up there above the sea, making the world's junk dance from ship to shore, lifting containers like toys. It's a damn good machine. You're gonna love sitting in its guts, running the whole show. The terminal tractor. Ain't she pretty? Short and sweet, but built for grunt work. Doing its job, no questions asked. Hauling containers that
oh,
weigh
it's a
more
container
than
loader.
Sherman's dreams.
Huh.
The mobile harbor crane rolls and flows slow. A metal giant in rubber boots. Its tires groan, its joints ache. But it still gets up every damn morning.
Amen to that.
The hopper. Not the star of the port and never in the spotlight. But without it, the whole place chokes. Dust,
that's really
rain,
cool.
Or rock, or whatever the ship coughs up. It swallows it all, never complaining. The reach stacker is a brute with a backbone of metal. It doesn't sing you love songs, it growls. A beast built for work, not beauty. The straddle carrier walks the yard on tall legs, a steel spider with an attitude.
Damn, they got like the entire arsenal of container moving machinery, huh?
And twice as stubborn as the men who drive it. The RMG runs on rails, or vertical titan in a horizontal world. And down the yard, his brother operates, the RTG. Legs wide and a heart humming, full of red oil. Same blood, but thinner bones. Rubber shoes instead of rails. Steel moves, engines growl, and the world keeps turning, one container at a time. This is Docked.
PlayStation.
This looks kind of cool. What is this?
Doctor, お目覚めになりましたか?
Ooh,
私は
hello.
可能性のかけらの回収を支援する心理 AI です。以降 D ビードをお呼びください。
Oh, look at that bass.
ご安心ください。可能な限り早くあなたの使命を思い出せるよう一体選択できます。アバターだけが可能性の海で自由に行動し、そこに潜む危険に対処できます。
Nah. Never been a Sims person. Why? Why? Why would you use that music? Why? Copyright up the asshole. Battle for Croker Command. Sail forth, battle for Croker Command. What is this? Garbage. That's what this is. Garbage. It's garbage. Trash. Stinkiness. Poop in the butt. Turtling. Garbage.
Explore the exotic archipelago of the Rook Islands. Now in 60 frames per second. A vast, vibrant, open world begging to be explored.
I've heard good things about the third Far Cry. I don't think it's anything like Far Cry 4 or 5.
Soak up the hot sun and enjoy the crystal clear blue waters. Check out our infamous skydiving excursion with unparalleled views of untouched natural scenery. This is a once-in-a-lifetime tropical vacation. The best way to experience it is in 60 FPS.
It is pretty, though.
Warning. Participants may be subject to bullet wounds, severe burns, animal attacks, fall damage, fertility rituals, and warrior initiation.
Thought you liked jokes.
60 frames per second.
The other problem that I ever really had with the Far Cry games is how long they were. It's so damn long. Okay. Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with all of the repetitive gameplay it has. It's like, oh, here's this big-ass map where you can run around and claim 75 different areas in this one section. It's so repetitive, dude.
I fight for Avalon and all the souls of reverie.
Ravenswatch?
This is a trick I had mastered and forgotten. Now the only lights to guide us are the stars.
I'm Merlin, why not Zeus? Or Odin, I'm sorry, not Zeus.
Return to
Odin.
hell for Mori. Even I can grow in stature.
That's cool.
Morrigan has blessed me with her skill.
Eh.
We interrupt the regular programming to bring you a special message from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. You can play Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon at 60 frames per second. 60 FPS.
I love how they think that the baseline is 60. We're already at 120, dude. We haven't been at just 60 in like forever. We've been at 120.
Power of the PS5! Got nostalgia for 1980s neon with futuristic explosive weapons.
I can't even tell what's going on.
Like the Phasertron, the Killstar, and the Terror 4000 at 60 frames per second. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon at 60 frames per second.
PlayStation.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
The Big Jaw Pokemon is born.
Check out Susie Mod. Hell yeah, Susie Mod. W Susie Mod. These Pokemon videos are so good.
Hydrodynamic flux.
Oh.
Totodile carries innate crushing force, dangerous due to its lack of strength perception. The jaw muscles are structured like a miniature hydraulic crusher, governed by the primitive cortex. As the jaw muscles developed, the Totodile evolved to Croconaut. The adolescent stage brings greater brute force.
I ain't even gonna lie. If I had played that generation, I think I would have went with Totodile. Totodile seems like the fun out of the three.
Environmental events can lead to devastating disasters. Fallen trees and debris pose a biological threat. Guardian instinct supersedes playful reflex. The test of this Pokemon's willpower is that its biting force is hampered by its rescue instincts. Croconaut is stuck. Sheer force is withheld. Croconaut witnesses crushing fate. Absolute focus emerges. Controlling will forces it to consciously deploy sheer force. The crushing bite succeeds. The log disintegrates beneath the pulverizing jaws. Physical load peaks. Muscular biology is forced into restructuring. Feraligatr uses its big jaw as a tool for environmental control.
That thing kind of looks like, I guess I never even noticed it. It looks just like Godzilla.
Transmutation complete, from unconscious threat to conscious guardian. Destructive power is the symbol of authority and maturity. Feraligatr retreats to deep water, ready to control the next Hydra flux.
Is it a freshwater or a saltwater crocodile? That's the real. Well, actually, it'd be an alligator. It wouldn't be a crocodile. It'd be an alligator. The snout's too small. Well, no, because crocodile, totodile. So it has to be a crocodile.
The Guardian has claimed biological control over the territory.
That's totally who that's based off of. That's got to be based off of Godzilla.
Control over the territory.
This is the ancient Pyro Forest, a geothermal biome where fire is the life source.
That thing is furry? I didn't think that thing would be furry. It looked like it was like leathery. At least in the cards.
Cyndaquil relies on internal thermogenic fusion. The flickering flame signals thermal inhibition. Fear response causes an abrupt thermal spike, which is instantly destabilized. Faint embers are used as a chemical signal to deter competitive organisms.
Totodile again, look at that.
Social interaction does not provoke a strong thermal response, but emotional indignation does. Transmutation begins. Quilava emerges with a more efficient combustion system.
That thing just looks derpy. Spike.
Predatory pressure forces Quilava to discharge kinetic energy by jet propulsion. Quilava is forced into a survival bottleneck. Thermal inhibition returns.
Do you really think? I always kind of wondered. I wonder where the people get the idea for these Pokemon from. 'Cause now we got like ones that look like you got like Clef Key that looks like fucking Key Ring. It's so stupid. They just keep getting weirder and weirder.
Fear transmutes into absolute fury, reaching nuclear temperature. Thermal load activates complete morphological.
I guess I really didn't even realize how small Cyndaquil was. It's a squirrel.
Restructuring.
In the show, they made it look so much bigger.
Emerges. The flame is now a stable thermal caldera. Typhlosion establishes dominance over the thermal zone. It utilizes its dorsal reactor to project an overwhelming thermal discharge.
Yeah, things like a miniature dragon.
Heat exceeds physical tolerance. Typhlosion has mastered its combustion system. The stable flame is now the symbol of maturity and authority. It uses its thermal aura to regulate the habitat.
See, that's what I thought it would look more like, is this.
It uses its thermal aura to regulate the habitat temperature. Typhlosion patrols, dissipating fog with body heat. The flame becomes a biological beacon.
Yeah, it looks like a bear now. It goes from like a squirrel to a bear.
Its flame synchronizes with the volcano's geothermal source. Typhlosion, the thermal master, has achieved elemental mastery. Dawn awakens on the green grasslands, where life begins with the warmest rays. Chikorita enjoys its photosynthesis process, recharging full energy for a brand new day in nature. The leaf on its head acts as a sensor, helping it detect the environment. Early physical exercises help the small creature prepare for the harsh survival battle. Its gentle nature drives it to share energy with the fading plants nearby. Danger corners the small creature into a very perilous life or death situation now.
I didn't think that thing could fly.
Extreme fear triggers the evolutionary mechanism, completely changing its biological structure now. Bayleaf emerges from light, bringing much more powerful biological weapons for defense. This characteristic scent is used to threaten and stimulate a fierce fighting spirit. The razor leaves cannot pierce through the tough metal shell of the violent and aggressive winged predator.
So that chicken's just an asshole. It's a metal asshole, okay.
Bringing the power of life and boundless compassion. Meganium's breath contains herbal essences capable of soothing all aggression and anger. Powerful regenerative power awakens nature, turning the battlefield into a beautiful flower garden. Aromatherapy heals the body and dispels negative emotions within the newly grown child. The bond between generations creates a strong protective circle for this delicate ecosystem. Wherever they go, life sprouts there, reviving the withered lands with vibrant energy. All species recognize the guardian god of the vast and green herbal kingdom. Its mission is to maintain the balance and beauty of the natural vegetation. Lessons of sharing nurture a new and selfless soul for the future generation. Its giant silhouette acts as a landmark of absolute and true peace for all. Meganium's presence dispels the shadow of fear, bringing paradise for the weak ones. It understands that power is not for destruction, but for creating a better world. Compassion transcends species boundaries, binding all creatures in a harmonious community. Life spreads like a brilliant wave, erasing all traces of aridity and death. Those eyes hold a peaceful world, with no room for violence and hatred. Even in the dark night, its scent still guides the souls that are lost. These magical dust particles carry life to the most remote corners of the region. It is the link between earth and sky, the keeper of nature's vital flame.
That's cool, actually. You don't really think about, like, if a fully evolved Pokemon could disrupt the entire environment around them. You don't really think about that. There we go. Daily dose of the internet. Let's go.
This is your daily dose of internet. This woman was born with coloboma eyes. Basically, it's an eye defect where a piece of eye tissue is missing. Some people have no issues with seeing at all with the defect.
Huh. You don't gotta be perfect. Oh no. You just gotta be worth it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn! What the hell?
Found a giant swarm of jellyfish near the Philippines.
They do look like boxes, don't they? Those the box jellyfish? They look like boxes.
The formula for Coca-Cola is top secret, and only a few people in the world actually know what the ingredients are and at what amounts. After spending over a year of doing tests in a lab, this YouTuber believes he finally cracked the code.
Is this a convincing replica, or just another Pemberton knockoff?
Yeah, this is regular Coke. See, I can't even tell. Even though I know already, I can't even tell.
9.5. I think it's cap. I think it's cap.
9.5 out of 10. That's pretty good.
That tastes pretty close. Like, I may not be able to tell if these are side by side with the original taste.
Oh, damn! Oh, damn! Yo! Yo, I'd be so upset. I'd be like, yo.
This turtle was in love with the skeleton.
Huh.
She wanted to help out and save these ducklings that couldn't get out of the pool.
Why do people think they should just go up and touch every damn thing they see? Why do people do that? You know, if these ducks don't need help, I promise you. Like, especially, like, I've seen birds that have fallen out of nests too. Let the other birds deal with that. Let nature take its course. Don't get involved, because then you get attacked. Get attacked by birds. Or ducks. Oh, yep.
By using liquid nitrogen, this YouTuber made a superconductor that behaves in a really cool way when placed on magnets. They realize that his PC is so powerful that every single time he plugs it in, the electricity goes out.
Alright, so my brother doesn't believe that the power's going out because of his power strip and a power strip. So we're gonna prove him wrong. So
PC works.
everything's going okay. Right?
Go
Now,
straight up
ready?
to that little box.
Boom. 3, 2, 1.
They didn't have an extension cord, so they tried to drill a hole in the wall using a different method.
Bunch of dumbasses.
Y'all check this
Jesus.
out. I'm just out here fishing in the lake, right? Put the glasses over the camera. There's a big manatee at my feet.
This YouTuber built a robot that trained his cat to not jump on the kitchen counters anymore.
Bro needs to patent that and sell it. The googly eyes are so funny, dude.
This guy has some pretty crazy carpenter skills. This is how this horse helps him get on his back.
Damn, she's tiny. Or he. That's ridiculous. Oh! Yup! Damn, everything got flooded in that boy.
Oye, vamos a comer. Sí.
This is my 800-pound permanent rare earth magnet. It can lift metal out of your hands from several feet away.
Damn!
Let's do a fork. It's silent too. This is terrifying.
That's so
Tell me
creepy.
what you thought you bought on
Bro, so I thought I bought a 6-pack of white t-shirts. And instead I bought a white t-shirt that says 6-pack. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Huh?
Hi, my baby.
A neighbor called the police and complained about these kids sledding in the road, so the police showed up and started sledding too.
Yo, that's what's up.
1.
Oh, he's down. Oh, no.
Officer down!
Oh no, the only thing that's gonna suck about that is whenever that dude gets warmed up, all that stuff is gonna melt and just be liquid sopping wet. Ugh.
They were towing away this truck that broke down, but didn't do a very good job of it.
We got a little bit of that sideways driving rig right here, Kyo.
Bro!
Got that one on camera.
Go get it from that end. Come on.
Yeah. Oh! Oh! Oh!
The super crazy tornado was spotted in Iowa.
Yo, what the fuck is that? What happened here? It's like a 7.
One of my subscribers found out that they can perfectly float when they paraglide.
Well, you can float as long as there's a strong enough wind blowing.
Pretend that it's dead.
Snakes are so funny, dude. But
all right, we're going for 10 pounds.
Bro, I could see the spark on it. Did you see the spark? Holy crap. That's impressive, but like, what if you hit the actual thing and it ricochets?
Yeah! This diver was trying to record these sharks when someone stole the show.
Hi. Hi, you come here often? What's up? Hi. Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it.
Thank you, second one.
Holy shit!
They went to go check out the Airbnb that they booked, and they couldn't believe how small the front door was.
Oh my god. Why?
Parece Alicia del País de las Maravillas.
That is the end of this video. Hopefully this video made your
Daily Dose of the Internet.
just a little better.
Daily Dose of the Internet. Hell yeah. Alright, let's move it on. Oh man, you know we gotta hit that fucking ass. We go up for the day, boy! Let's get it!
By a Karen who thinks he's an ICE agent. Oh boy, now we have these wild Karens that are going around attacking random people that look like ICE. The Karen SS.
It's getting bad out in Minnesota, boy!
Are you law enforcement?
Huh?
Are you law enforcement? Are you law enforcement?
No, why?
Are you law enforcement?
No, why?
Are you law enforcement?
How many times you want him to answer no? Why? Holy shit.
Bro, is this a simulation? Oh, is this like one of those ice things or something?
Cool, thank you. Good to know. Are you law enforcement? I'm just gonna grab your card here. Yeah, it looks like you're law enforcement.
Because it's a white guy?
It's one of those people, dude.
Do you have your flashers
That's
on?
How did you know it was law enforcement? What gave it away?
Your blue lights were flashing, friend.
Oh no, no way, dude. Let's see my blue lights. with a fucking mannequin in the front seat.
Oh no, uh-oh.
He must be a streamer. He had the hold on, he had the marbles thing on, right?
It's a white guy?
It's one of those
Yeah, it's like the marbles. It's the stream marbles, right?
Dude.
Yo, if I was a streamer out in Minnesota right now, that's exactly what I'd be doing. I'd be sitting out in my car. Because I used to have a hatchback, so like I'd be waiting, and it was a black one too. I'd be waiting for people to walk up and do that shit. I would never get out of the car, obviously, but like I would be fucking with people for sure.
Your flashers on.
How'd you know I was law enforcement? What gave it away?
Your blue lights were flashing, friend.
Oh no, no way, dude. Let's see my blue lights. with a fucking mannequin in the front seat.
Oh no, uh-oh.
How retarded do you feel right now?
I don't know.
Are you even allowed to say that word? There is a mannequin in the front seat. I'm not a cop, retard.
She's coming back?
Hey, since you don't know your colors, I'm gonna put my lights on again for you. I want you to see if you see any blue. You see any blue or not?
Calling me the R word?
Oh, you can't do that now. You already said it.
These are the people that
Wow, what? That's crazy, dude. These virtue signaling fucktards are just so stupid, bro.
These
Oh my
stupid,
God.
bored, middle-aged women.
What's your plan?
What do you mean?
What's your plan? Like, are you anti-ice? Are you pro?
I go around.
Jesus, bro, like, what the hell?
Apparently, this guy goes around and he acts like an ICE agent, but he's not. he doesn't like get out and do stuff, but he sits in his car and waits for people to walk by, and he pranks them and stuff like that. That's exactly what he does. He's like a trap car.
What's wrong with these people?
I'm just like observing as a pedestrian, no slant.
What does that mean?
Well, you know,
What does
you
that
want
mean?
to say you have no slant, you're an observer, but you're trying to create
Just go back to asking if he's law enforcement, okay?
Right.
jeopardy and to agitate people into saying the R word, and the R word is
Okay, but who came up to
To agitate people into saying the R word whenever you're the one who walked up and started asking him questions and started being a schizo, and somehow I dated somebody that was exactly like this. They did everything in their life based on fucking virtue signal points to everyone else around them, so much so that they pretty much ruined my fucking life. These people, they need an insane aside. They need to be put in a box, bro.
First. Who came up?
baby.
Oh, you didn't come up to me. You didn't knock on my window. You didn't knock on my window.
They'll literally just lie directly to you.
You make such a buck for being such a cuck. A buck
What?
for a cuck. A buck for a cuck. What
Oh
a
my
cool
god.
dude.
Guys, we have to reopen the asylums. We do. They're running wild.
What a cool guy. Let's get his license.
Yeah, I feel like the whole reason why lobotomies were a thing were to get rid of the banshees, if you know what I mean. There were one too many of
This
them.
is a man who lives in his mother's basement and plays video games and cosplays.
What are you talking?
Did you see his bit counter? He has a shitload of people watching his stream. Like, what?
I actually open Pokemon cards. I don't play video games anymore.
What a
I open Pokemon.
Jesus. She thought he was ice? Yeah, she
Thanks
thought
for
he
the
was
content.
ice.
So this was at
Right.
09. Starts recording my license plate. Walks up. I didn't even see her yet. Again, I have not
Look at
even
the
seen her yet.
pose.
That's crazy.
I have
Oh
not
my
even seen her.
God.
And then here she goes. Here we go. Here she knocks on my door. Look at this. She's in a stance. Look at her. Wow, now I know how ice feels like, dude. Having to deal with that 24/7 would suck.
Yeah,
Constantly. It's only getting worse too because a lot of these fucks are enabled.
It's like if you had to deal with the Karen Gestapo, yeah, I'd be losing my fucking mind too. I think this
Right.
is the main reason why it happens. It's
Karen
because
Gestapo,
These people never have any consequences for doing this. I don't see how you can watch a video like that and not think that that person should be institutionalized. Like, this is deranged, crazy behavior.
I remember back, if this doesn't show a sign of privilege for white women, I don't know what the fuck does. Like, you couldn't do that in some of the neighborhoods that I grew up in, bro, because they'd kidnap you. Straight up. Like, women, you don't see women okay, holy shit, there's so much to take apart with this scene. Number one, there's usually never women walking around where I grew up in Louisiana. Where I grew up, like, you don't just go out and walk around some of the neighborhoods, like, you could get fucked right up. Like, this is a straight sign of privilege. You know this person lives in a gated community, and you know what's even crazier is I say all the time, these people, the only reason why they feel like illegal immigrants should be here is because of how privileged they are. They never have to face any repercussions of what they're doing. They never have to cash the checks that they are signing. And what's even crazier is when you on top of everything, on top of walking around at night, by the way, this is happening at night. You're walking around in a neighborhood as a white woman, knocking on people's windows. If that's not a sign of straight up fucking privilege, I don't know what is. Like, shit, my fiance is scared to walk down 3 flights of stairs and go to her car. Because, like, we hear gunshots in the back of the neighborhood. Like, and you want to sit here and walk around on a street? And knock on random people's windows that usually typically ICE agents use SUVs, and this guy either has an SUV or a hatchback, like with tinted windows, probably certain looking rims. Like the sketch neighborhoods usually have these vans in them, and they're usually either drug vans or they're skin trade vans. If you don't know what that is, don't look it up. But I don't understand, like, if this doesn't show the level of entitlement and the level of privilege that these people have, even in their own neighborhoods, nothing will show you the truth. You're just ignorant.
Why
It's
are we
crazy.
allowing these people out here in the streets? Like, what's going on?
Yo, check out Decoy W Decoy. Hell yeah, Decoy. Oh, excuse me.
People demanding he take it off or they will hurt him. Now this sounds like what the left-wing media has been warning us about for years, except these were deranged leftists attacking a conservative for wearing the American flag.
That's right, they wanted to rip... You see, it's kind of crazy how they have all these cameras and they keep saying that ICE agents are doing all these terrible things, yet whenever they break into a federal agent's car, they pull out documents showing individual targets, because federal agents aren't allowed to just walk up to anybody and ask them if they're an American citizen, right? They can't ask for your ID. So what happens is the federal government sends them in with specific targets in the state that they're looking for. And that was proven whenever they broke into an ICE agent's car and they stole documents and showed them. You can even hear the lady say, "Oh, they're referring to them as targets now. Oh." And you tell me that they're doing all these awful things and there's cameras everywhere, but they're never catching any of the quote unquote awful things on camera. So it's interesting. And then on top of that, there are no American flags involved in this. They're just looting and rioting. They're literal anarchists in Minneapolis. They are literally flocking to Minnesota so they can cause anarchy, riots, and hell. And they're so bad that they will attack anybody, even their own people, if they get the chance. They would, if you walked into a mob of these people and if they could kill you, they would. These people need to go to jail. They're ripping the shirt off of a dude because it's an American flag. That's crazy. Just because you're, like, no. And then, like, you walk around and they tell you to get off the streets and leave and stuff, but and they want to talk about how they're doing, they're exercising their amendments and freedom, and you're taking away freedom and amendments from other people. He can't even have a jacket. It's a jacket. I love how just being an American and being a patriot is a Nazi. That's crazy. And you know what's even sadder is the more and more stuff comes out with these mobs and these riots, the more and more they're showing that it has nothing to do with freedom in America. It's just showing that they're just crazy. They're just crazy. They're schizos.
ICE activists are now patrolling the streets, demanding everybody pledge fealty.
Yeah, they're also like blocking off roadways and making checkpoints to see if if there are people coming in that are more ICE agents. They're stopping random vehicles, asking them to show them the interior. They don't want this stuff done to them, yet they're easily doing it to other people, and they're vigilantes at this point. They're just vigilanteism. It's just vigilanteism.
Their mob or be mercilessly beaten. As it started with old women asking photographers.
Yep, here we go.
Their SUV isn't an ICE vehicle. To
See,
now,
you wouldn't be able to do that shit here in Texas. You come and do that shit here in Texas. They shut you down, bro. They shut you down hard. Ain't nobody coming up to me in my vehicle. The first thing I'm gonna show them, yeah, hold on, wait, let me take a look at this. I pull my freaking my gun out, man. Better go on with your business. Because you do whatever you want, you looking in the wrong place. You looking in the wrong... I'm always within arm's reach of a gun. Always within arm's reach of a gun. Loaded, too.
Accusing random tech employees of being ICE agents.
Then why do you care? I'm just trying to drive along. If you're not with us, then you're against us.
We do custom apps for a whole bunch of companies around Minnesota and the country.
Why are you
Do I look like an ICE agent? Holy Christ.
Bro, they're attacking everybody. It's crazy, dude.
I don't support ICE either.
Then why do you care? Then you should say,
They're so scared that the big media outlets are gonna like send in a like a spy or something, or that they're trying to cut out as much of new people as they can, and they're hurting their own cause doing it. It's kind of crazy. They're There are now videos coming forward of them attacking their own mob members. It's insanity.
Even going after anybody that just appears masculine.
Yep.
Are you ice? Do you like ice? Say ice! Say it! Say it! You ice or not?
Bro, we need to put these people in jail, man. This guy is literally walking around to other people on the street and screaming, say, fuck ice. Like, what in the hell is wrong? Like, it's straight up lawlessness in Minnesota right now.
Right? That's right. Say it proud. Say it proud.
The subtle cell phones will never stop, as simply having a job informs them that you're not on the same side, as they try to use the power of the angry mob to scare you into compliance, just like that other left-wing movement that destroyed entire cities on behalf.
If you're thinking I'm not an ICE agent, I'm not politically active beyond voting every 4 years, they wouldn't attack me. Huh, right?
Half of liberal lies. But unfortunately, sometimes their mob beats members of their own team.
Yep, here we go. Here we go, yep.
Okay. He's one of us. Okay, good. I'm one of us. You alright, dude? You alright? Come on, breathe. He's one of us. How do we know? How we know? I was with him.
You see, it's crazy because when they start turning on people that are just trying to join their own mob, that's whenever you're going to radicalize them to be like, no, these guys are fucking retards. They're dumbasses, man. See, that's the crazy thing is like their anarchy is so chaotic. They can't even control it long enough to add people to their own group.
Why you get ran out earlier? I don't know. It was one of us. I'm with them.
To which the local sheriffs had to come in and rescue him from his alleged allies.
And then they ended up turning on him simply because the ICE agent showed up because he had I think he had like a concussion or a head wound.
You guys roll my window down.
And I love how even the police are being called ICE now. Like, they're local authorities that are dressed like that because the situation down there is so bad that every time they go out to a call, they have to roll up in riot gear or, like, in some form of a fashion military equipment just to break up a mob for someone who is hurt. It's insanity. It's a straight-up war zone in Minnesota. In some parts, not the whole damn thing, in some parts. From what I understand, this is mostly going on in Minneapolis. Mostly.
As sadly this will always happen within these leftist angry mobs. You can't expect law or order from a group specifically out to dismantle it. We, again, saw it with the BLM rioters smashing out the windows of their supporters.
Why are you on
Damn!
We're on your side! We're on your side! Holy
Yup. They don't care, bro. Their mentality is that if you're not with us, you're against us, and being with them means that you're down there. That's the crazy part. They don't want to get rid of the authorities. They want to be the authorities. They want to be the fascists. They want to be the Nazis. You have people at UH University or Minnesota University, MU, that are coming forward on live video cams saying fellow communists. These people don't want change like that. They want to change everything around them to fit their goals. They don't care about you. They don't care about the American Constitution. They care about the American Constitution as long as they can twist it and make it benefit them. That's the only thing they care about.
Naive idiots think they can thumbs up their way into safety, always eventually get harmed by the mobs they themselves helped empower.
Yep.
But sadly, sometimes the leftists get it right and actually attack who they're looking for.
Medical help. He needs mental help. Mental help. The bleeding is natural from Nazi hands.
And unfortunately,
that's crazy. The bleeding is natural from a Nazi head.
Law enforcement was nowhere to be found. The mob actually tried to end a right-wing influencer. As Jake
that's right. This was big news, man. They tried to kill him. They stabbed him in the back of the head.
Burning their religious book outside City Hall, to which he was quickly surrounded by a sea of angry leftists, even needing to save some lady also being attacked.
I think he tried to burn the Quran or whatever. Now, do I think he deserved this? No. Should he be in jail for arson? Yeah, probably. Again, I don't care what you're doing. Like, if he had tore it up, I'd have been more like, okay, well, then this is just absolutely total bullshit. Did he break the law for lighting a book on fire because of arson? I absolutely think he should go to jail. Did he deserve to be beat up by a mob? No. No one deserves to have a mob beat them up unless you're like a pedo or something. This is crazy.
Only for him to be dragged
This was crazy whenever I saw this.
Into the crowd.
I think they're pulling him out.
They're pulling him out. They're pulling him out. Leave! 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 Leave!
Eventually getting mercilessly attacked, where I can't show it here, but several videos captured him being beaten by basically...
They were like hitting him on the back of the head, and at one point he was stabbed.
Everybody. And as he was eventually able to walk away, he reported he was actually stabbed by somebody, to which another angle shows if it wasn't for his vest, he definitely would have been ended. Now,
Jesus.
Of course, it isn't smart to go somewhere like Minneapolis to burn that book.
You know it's just a matter of time before someone brings a gun to one of these crowds and starts opening fire, or brings like a suicide vest of some sort for like terrorism. You know it's a matter of time, right? It's literally a matter of time before something like this happens.
Same way I don't like it when someone burns the American flag, I still think it's an American right to do it. But somehow in an American city, your freedom of speech is no longer protected, as the leftist mob will literally beat and try to end you, and it wasn't necessarily even to try to stop him from doing it, as even when he was fleeing, they kept beating him.
That's him! That's him! Is that him? Is that him? Yes!
Why would you have the window down?
Oh my God! Drive!
It's really disappointing that there were no police to protect him.
Well, the police aren't going to be out there anyway. You know why they're not going to be out there? It's because the mayor and Tim Walz are telling the police to stand down, because they're trying to fuck with all all the illegal immigration that they're trying to get out of the state. They don't want that because that's votes for them. You realize that they've lost so many illegal immigrants in the state that they're losing an entire seat to the House? It's crazy how many illegals are in this state, and you wonder why these people want the illegals here. It's because there's so fucking many of them in their state, they're getting votes from it. It's so obvious.
Going in Minnesota, if he used any two-way tools to defend himself, I wouldn't put it past the local DAs to put him in prison forever, solidifying that in deep blue cities, the leftist mob dictates your freedoms.
Think about it. Why else would these people want illegal immigrants in your state? So they can get votes from them and stay in power, or get into power. Duh! Not to mention all the fraud from the Somali scam. And who knows how many other states are doing the same thing. They're skimming money off the top. Duh. That's exactly what they're doing. They're getting paid to do this. Of course they are. Come on.
You're a right-winger practicing free speech, or you're a tech employee getting a coffee, the angry mob controls you. Now at some point, Minneapolis police came out to dish out some light shoving.
I love how these people keep saying shame. That came from Game of Thrones. It came from Game of Thrones, guys. That show was so stupid. God, and you know they look at that show and they're like, "Oh, this is like the best show ever produced. It shows the realistic nature of life. Yeah, you know, best show ever." It's so fucking boring and stupid slow. God, these people make me sick to my stomach, dude. A lot of these people try to be smart. It's just a bunch of fucking morons.
And even though the National Guard was seen just outside the city, it seemed they never were deployed, despite the reporting that there are now 2 Army battalions on standby, and they're likely going to need it as these activists are now arriving armed. I really hope this won't end in violence, but with how Governor No Balls Walls and Mayor Afraid failed to do
dude, I love it. No balls, walls. I love it. I'm totally taking that.
anything, this will likely continue to get worse until President Trump is forced to intervene, which is exactly what happened with those other anti-ICE riots that went on for weeks over in LA. As so-called
Well, that's okay because, but here's the thing: Trump is already going to start cutting the funding to these so-called sanctuary cities starting February 2nd or February 1st. It's like going to be over with so fast. You're going to see a big shift really quickly.
Activists on hyper-left Reddit are telling each other to record farewell videos in the event they are ended, and they're actually doing it.
This is a message from my mom.
Why would you want to throw your body at this cause? It's so pointless. You'd either have to be getting paid from the state to do these protests, or in some way, shape, or form, you're benefiting from having these illegal immigrants in your life or in your neighborhood, if they're even in your neighborhood. 9 times out of 10, the people that are doing this, the people that are walking around saying fuck ICE and stuff, they live in gated communities. They will never have to feel the shock of the shock of having these illegal immigrants surge into their neighborhoods and shut their markets down because of all the theft, all of the welfare stuff they're taking, all the housing, because these people, they've already, their families have accrued so much wealth that they just gain it by nature from like nepotism or something like that. It's just so stupid. It's so ridiculous, bro. And you want to stand out in the middle of the street and advocate for something that you'll never even have to deal with. Like some of these, a lot of these people, I like I said, I was with somebody that ruined my life because of this nonsense. They literally ruined my life for virtue signal points. And the insane thing is they don't even have to do anything. Like their parents will pass away, their houses that they have, they could sell for a few mil. And then they're done, you know, they don't have to work anymore. They can take that money and put it in investments and then not live in a nice, rich, gated community where they'll never have to see a single other color other than themselves the rest of their lives. It's such a disgusting slop mentality. And it makes me so angry.
By ICE officers
like,
today.
Think about the immigrants even. Like, they're there for what? Like, they're being paid like pennies on the dollar. They're not going to be covered under any kind of health insurance. They're being paid under the table. They take jobs away from Americans, you know, the people that you're supposed to be rooting for because you're an American, you dumbass. And you're advocating for this political party that's literally asking you to throw your body in front of whatever comes their way. It's a complete and total setup by Tim Walz, the mayor of Minnesota, and Ilhan Omar that it's not even funny. It's a setup, dude. You're literally bodies in front of cannon fodder. That's all you are. You're idiots.
It will not be because of anything that I did. This is a historical moment for me.
And I don't know what's worse, that an information desert like Reddit, filled with bots and censorship, is telling activists, get out there in the streets, even though your life is at risk. Or the fact that these useful idiots are reading this astroturfed nonsense and saying, yes, I accept those terms. And that's not even the
so
stupidest.
astroturfed, it's not even funny. Somebody's paying for all this. I wish that we could figure out who the hell it is. I really do. It's so astroturf.
They're doing.
Demoralizing ICE by telling them that you're going to sleep with their girlfriends is historical. It's called pulling an Axis Sally. Axis Sally was this radio personality during World War II who tried to demoralize the enemy by saying things over her broadcast. It was all Nazi propaganda, but the Allies hated her. So let's all think about pulling an Axis Sally and telling ICE we're going to their girlfriend.
For a group that's allegedly fighting fascism, they really use a lot of fascist strategies. As I don't want to be too mean and say, I have yet to see a single lady at these anti-ICE protests that I would be worried about them stealing or what.
I have noticed that there is a lot of women. There's a lot of white people in these groups of ICE. anti-ICE, but there's a lot of diversity that I've seen in the ICE agents themselves. I think the only white dude that I've seen so far in all of these videos that are coming out is the one white dude that got hit by the lady that he ended up shooting and killing her. That was the only white dude I've seen so far. The rest of these guys, I've seen a lot of Asian, Hispanic. I haven't seen any black people. I haven't seen any black people yet. But I have not seen that was the only white dude that I could think of.
Because that detracts from the fact that they call their right Nazis, then turn around and get giddy about
It's kind of crazy that the ICE agents are more diverse than these groups, these quote unquote anti-ICE anarchists. So that's what they are. They're anarchists.
Exactly what the Nazis did to Americans. You'd think they'd realize the irony, but that would require thinking, and they don't get to this point if they knew how to think.
Amen to that.
So if you appreciate
Amen to that. Oh! How's it going, Nigel? Oh, you already left. Damn, I didn't even see that. I mean, they've been threatening U.S. citizens. It's kind of sad to see this, if I'm being completely frank.
ICE agitators are protesting again in Minneapolis as the DOJ investigates Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Fry for allegedly impeding ICE operations.
And they totally are. They're totally impeding these ICE officers. And let me tell you how they're impeding him. Tim Walz and the mayor need to come forward and say, hey, these guys are just doing what the United States people wanted. It was voted in. Please allow them to do their job. Do not impede their investigation. Please don't do that. Just let them do their job. If you want to protest. That's the thing. Do the whole, if you want to protest peacefully after. They need to say that this is a federal investigation. Please do not impede their work. That's what they need. That's what Tim Walz needs to be saying. But he's not. He is rewording it in such a way that makes it seem like what they're doing is the right thing. And it's not.
If you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans.
Yes, help us make a database filled with a bunch of Karens crashing out, recording federal officers. Because that's all it's going to be.
I have a message for ICE.
All these atrocities, bro. You think for 1 second what all these people recording every single second of an ICE investigation are like them catching somebody that, there's talk of like, oh, well, I'm tired of seeing all these ICE agents. They handcuff you and then they beat you. And it's like, dude, okay, well, you got all these cameras and you got all these elected officials saying to record ICE agents. Why are no videos like that ever? Why haven't they been seen on the media yet? Why haven't they been broadcast in the news? Because they don't exist. You guys are making a false narrative. You're crazy.
Get the out of Minneapolis.
We do not. So this is kind of taken out of context. Fox News. He said this after that lady had been shot and killed, and this was before the investigation concluded for that. They later came back and, well, let's just say that they were scared.
Want you here.
And now, Fox News has told DHS agents with rooms booked at the St. Paul downtown Doubletree Hotel have received notice that it will close due to threats the staff was receiving for lodging immigration agents. Oh, the loving and tolerant left at it again. Joining us now from Minneapolis is Border Patrol Commander, the great Gregory Bavino.
Hell
Greg,
yeah,
thank you so
bro.
much for being with us. I'm sorry of everything that you've had
Bro's
to go
representing with that uniform, by the way.
through, and I'm deeply sorry that you have to deal with all this. But we've learned that one of your staff members was just evicted from that Doubletree Hotel. What more can you tell us about this?
That sucks.
Well, Tommy and everyone, it's good to see you. Thanks for having me. I received word last night from Border Patrol agents, and it's more than one.
See, what they should be doing is they need to find these houses that are owned by illegal immigrants, and then once they evict them, like that big mansion that was obvious, like that Somalian mansion where they were using the daycare or whatever. It was a short that went around on TikTok. They need to find that mansion, grab those people, get them out, have the federal government send funding to pay for that mansion, buy it outright, and make that like a center where a bunch of ICE agents can stay. Set it up kind of like how a fire department is, where you've got individual stalls that you can sleep in. And I would batten if I were ICE agents and ICE agent command, I would be batting down the hatches for a long stay, because it doesn't seem like Trump is going to do what it takes to lock in on the state. I feel like all he has to do is use the Insurrection Act and send in the United States military, and this would be done in a week. 100%. This would 100% be done in a week. But now we're going to sit here and drag this out and risk more American lives. I think it's ridiculous, dude. You got to do something, Trump.
It's Border Patrol and ICE, well over a dozen. They received word at that Doubletree, as well as the Intercontinental Motel, which is close by, that they needed to be out by noon today. And the messaging given to our agents was very inconsistent. No reason given, just that you needed to be out. So I had some quick thinking staff, Tommy, and we made a call to the Doubletree, and they were still accepting reservations last night after they gave that letter to the Border Patrol and ICE agents that they needed to depart. So a lot of inconsistencies and questions there.
Yeah, I just want to follow up real quick on that, Greg, because we saw what our own Bill Maloogian posted about these evictions and saying that their staff feared for their lives. They were being threatened if, they were accommodating ICE agents. Have you found that to be true? And I'm sure it's happening. I'm sure they're being harassed. We've seen, many folks being harassed. But have you heard about the hotel staff specifically being targeted?
I've not heard any indication of the hotel staff being targeted, but as you know, these anarchists are starting to go out into the streets, and I
am so happy that he is calling these people anarchists, because that's exactly what they are. They're looting, stealing, breaking windows. They are hurting their own people. It's straight anarchy and chaos in Minnesota, bro. Send in the United States military, lock up Tim Walz and that retarded mayor, put these people in jail. Go around and get all these illegal immigrants out of the country, take away their extra seat, get these people out of here. Get them out.
American citizens, we're seeing that daily.
And then once you're done with that, put so many restrictions on Minnesota that it's not even funny. Seriously. And tax the shit out of anybody that moves to Minnesota or anybody that's in Minnesota to make them pay for all the fraud that's went through Minnesota.
Thing that we're seeing in relation to the hotels is sometimes they'll go after our tires, our vehicles, but also they go after the vehicles of anyone they think that is even associated with ICE. And sometimes American citizens wake up to find their vehicle tires slashed.
Just imagine, getting vehicle tires is expensive. That's like $800, man. That shit's crazy expensive. To get a new set of four tires, that's $800 or $600. Just imagine if you're living paycheck to paycheck, barely able to even afford groceries, and now your grocery money you're gonna have to save up just to get tires. Like, they're not gonna be able to get to work. And in Minnesota, it gets cold, bro. It gets frigid, freezing cold. Like, what are we doing here? You got all these people running around, probably either getting paid to protest or they're fucking Nepo babies, so they don't have to worry about money. That's why they're down there protesting every damn day. Going around slashing these hard-working Americans' tires, and we're catering to these fucking freaks? Man, put their ass in jail. Come on.
Damaged and or vandalized.
Wow.
Commander, you kind of got ahead of me there. That was what I wanted to ask you about. We've seen those videos all over social media of people showing while it's happening that people are harassing them in the parking lot of places. Maybe there's a Mexican restaurant there or something, and they see a car that's a white Tahoe and it's got Texas plates. So now all of a sudden they believe that's going to be ICE. It's kind of amazing that they're just going around randomly attacking people that way. But since you addressed it, I want to ask you about this. I saw that you were on, I believe it was our network, talking about police officers that are local in Minneapolis and kind of making an appeal to them. Have you seen any of them wanting to come join Border Patrol or come be a part of the effort rather than stay at a city like that?
Sure, it's not just the Minneapolis Police Department, but several departments have expressed an interest. How do I apply? When can I apply? They want details on that. But Minneapolis, we're hearing a lot of incidental evidence that many of them are very interested or have already joined ICE and or Border Patrol.
It's crazy that they want the police to not get involved with this, yet every police officer that's in that department has made an oath to the Constitution. You literally, it's part of your job requirements in order to even get a job at a police department. You have to make the oath to the Constitution and to the Bible. Like, you have to. It's part of every hiring process. Why would you stay at a police department where you're not even allowed to protect your own citizens? Like, if that doesn't show you how corrupt and how piss poor everything is handled in Minnesota, bro, like, Jesus.
And again, Joey, we welcome them. We welcome them with open arms. We support our law enforcement at Department of Homeland Security. So if any of them are even thinking about joining or wanting to join, again, I would be happy to meet with them personally. And we welcome them with open arms. We've got a mission to do. And I believe a lot of those police officers, that rank and file.
I bet they're trying to get all these police officers in Minneapolis to join them. I guarantee you they're going to be speaking to a lot of high-up officials. And let me tell you why, because they want to know how Minnesota runs its police departments. I'd imagine they're not ran very well.
Understand what that mission is, and that's securing.
I mean, they already defunded the police, so, like, it's no surprise that they already had all these people that were supposed to be locked up running around in the streets causing chaos. A lot of these people have already been locked up 10, 15, 20, 30 times. Some of them with 5 or more felonies because they just can't hold these people anymore because of how they defunded the police.
And to wrap up on that, are you able to communicate with those local law enforcement leaders? Do you have conversations with them? Are they banned from communicating with you by the mayor? Is there any line of communication there whatsoever?
And if the answer is no, then they need to lock up every single higher up official for treason or impeding. There is no reason why these Border Patrol federal agents or these federal agents, period, can't rely on the government in Minnesota to help them with this investigation. No reason.
Are more at the grassroots level. Our Border Patrol agents and ICE officers do communicate with the rank and file very well. We all see eye to eye on the ground. As far as those senior leaders, not a lot of communication with the senior leaders, but you've got
what did
the
I
mayor
say?
guy there that's telling police to fight ICE and Border Patrol in the streets. So I can only imagine what those senior leaders are going through at the hands of leadership like that.
How dangerous is that? Wow.
Greg David here. First of all, thanks for standing strong, you and all those officers out there.
That's crazy.
Please stay safe. Let's go to Mayor Jacob Fry, who's defending his refusal to cooperate with immigration officials. Watch this.
And by the way, we have partnered extensively with the federal government to get the perpetrators of violent crime off our streets. And we've seen great success in doing that. We don't partner to just yank random people off the street because they happen to look Latino or they happen to look Somali. The bottom line is, as we know, this is not about safety. It's not about crime.
He's saying that because of that recent van that was broken into in his city where they had found the targets. Like, they refer to the people they're trying to get as targets. Because ICE agents, the one thing they can't do is go into Minnesota and start asking people if they're legal or not. That is actually unconstitutional, but they're not doing that. They're going in with a prerequisite of targets that they're specifically trying to grab. So that's why he's saying this. See, if it had been prior to that event, then he'd be singing a different tune, but he can't say that because he knows it's a fucking lie, and everyone knows he'd be lying.
This is about intimidation, and in Minneapolis, we're not going to be intimidated.
So, Greg, is that an accurate description of what immigration officials are doing in the state?
No, it's not. And that's a flat-out lie.
Damn!
Knows that there's many individuals being held in those jails that are not turned over to ICE or Border Patrol. Individuals
They're
that
just
when
let out. They're let out into the streets. That's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that what they'll do is if an immigrant, gets into trouble and they're in jail, they'll release them so that way they don't get caught by the ICE agents.
released on the streets can continue to prey on Americans. So we've said from the very first day of this operation and operations across the United States, let us into those jails. Let us take those bad people off the streets before
they're not going to do that. They're just going to keep causing trouble for everybody. That's all they do, man. That's right. They stormed a church. They stormed a church on Sunday. It's crazy. These people are trying to tell you that their ideals and beliefs are being infringed upon, yet they're over here walking into a church during the middle of like mass or in the middle of praying, and these people are literally stirring up the church. They're causing a mass hysteria in the church. They're not hurting anybody in the church. They're just praying to their God, and you just rolled up in there and decided you were going to destroy everything. This is how you radicalize more people against you, by the way. When you do stuff like this, and then like a lot of older people see this, they're going to be like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is crazy.
Well, anti-ICE protesters, get this, storming a church in St. Paul, Minnesota, disrupting services to confront the pastor who they allege is working with ICE. And the DOJ says enough is enough. AG Pam Bondi, quote, says this: attacks against law enforcement and the intimidation of Christians are being met with the full force of federal law. If state leaders refuse to act responsibly to prevent lawlessness, the DOJ will remain mobilized to prosecute federal crimes and ensure that the rule of law prevails. DOJ senior advisor Lena Haba.
Fuck this limp dick fucking Viagra eating bullshit. Call in the Insurrection Act, bro. Enough of this.
Just now, Alina, your reaction to what the AG has said, and that is, we're going to investigate this. Is that the protesters or is that the mayor and governor for inciting?
That's everybody.
I was going to say, it should be everybody.
Federal statute that prohibits force, threats, obstruction, any kind of interference with a religious place of worship. And it carries criminal penalties and violations.
I didn't know that.
What the Attorney
I did not know that. That's crazy.
General is saying is the truth. She will come down hard. The Department of Justice will come down hard. Our Civil Rights Division will come down hard.
From what I understand and what I've heard, this is the birdie that flopped up on deck. I don't know how true this is. They have prepared the paramilitary division, like the parachuters, or the division of the military, for the instance that Minneapolis does actually have the Insurrection Act thrown at them. That's what I've heard. That's what's flopped up on deck. How true that is, I don't know yet. But they may use the Insurrection Act to crack down on Minneapolis. It's very possible.
Anybody who tries to impede or intimidate somebody in a place of worship, or a police officer or an ICE officer, it's just not going to happen in this administration. And Pam is making that very clear.
So the mayor comes out and says they're just speaking up peacefully. They're standing up for their neighbors. And this is just...
Is that what they're doing when they're stabbing people in the back of the neck? Is that what they're doing when they're trying to stab people that are entertainers that go to these ICE rallies? Now, I don't like that he burned a book, But if he had ripped the book, that doesn't mean he deserves to die over a fucking book. You want to sit here and say, well, these people are, they have their own lives, their lives here in Minnesota. Whenever you're actively trying to kill somebody, when you actively try to run somebody down and beat them, they're so schizo that they're attacking people of their own group now. And it's crazy how you still can try to justify this. They're anarchists. They're chaos. Like, put them in jail. This is what happens whenever you don't put people in jail that belong in jail for years. Seriously.
It's not just about resisting Trump. This is about loving and caring for the people that call the city home. Do you feel better about it now?
Okay. Yeah, so we have a mayor who's a Somali sympathizer who we've seen dancing around on stage with their flag instead of an American flag. And I'm supposed to sit here, exactly, and I'm supposed to sit here and believe that that is not creating more hostility where we have I just spoke with Brian.
Yeah, they changed the Minnesota flag to look a lot like the Somali flag. I don't know how the hell you could be brainwashed by this. This is crazy, bro.
The other night that are leaving their families, going there to keep the peace, to get criminals off the streets, to get people that don't belong here out so that we are...
Yeah, it's the guy they chased down to try and get the American flag taken off of him.
Let me also tell you something. The Department of Justice
That's
will
crazy.
Look into whomever is funding this.
Yeah.
It's no different than a RICO.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, whenever the funding gets cut from these quote-unquote sanctuary cities, you're going to see a lot of these people disappear really quick. You're going to see a lot of them disappear. They're either going to disappear or because of the cut in funding, a lot of people are going to show up because they no longer have any money from their jobs. Like, if you cut the federal funding off of a state, a lot of stuff gets shut down. Even, like, power workers, a lot of stuff loses money. You've got fire departments, all of your first responders, police, National Guard, if they're stationed there in Minneapolis, will lose their funding. A lot of these, like, water facilities, power facilities, I said that one already, but a lot of stuff loses funding. A lot of their media as well, a lot of their, like, local news networks will lose funding. Like, you could act like a big dog all you want, but once that federal funding's cut and you're no longer getting any revenue to that state, you're going to see a lot of shit change.
If you are funding mass protests, if you are having protests that are not righteous protests, there are First Amendment rights that we respect, but that are putting people in risk, not allowing people to go to church, this Department of Justice will come down on you.
So I want to talk about something else the president brought up last night, addressing one, that Jamie Dimon was not going to be his Treasury Secretary, and number two, he's going to sue J.P. Morgan Chase for debanking him in 2021. So he says that most likely, and when we know this likely to be the case, it was pressure from Joe Biden's White House. How do you feel about this lawsuit, and what's the message the president's sending? I mean, he doesn't need the money.
You know, debanking a president.
I think it's fair. I do. I don't think that you should be debanked because of your religious beliefs, your political beliefs. You're a bank. You've got one job, and that's to handle people's money. That's it. No one cares about how you think and feel about anything. Just do your fucking job. Just shut up and put the fries in the bag. When I go to McDonald's, I don't want to hear a talk about political powers and shit. I just want to get fucking fries, man. Just shut up and do your fucking job. That's the problem that we've had with this country in the past 4 or 5 years, is that all these fucking companies want to come out and pay and say, oh, well, you got to do this and you got to do that and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up and do your job. Shut the fuck up and do your job, or we'll find someone who will. And I think Trump is completely justified for suing the piss out of these companies, too. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that these companies are even allowed to do this. Like what happened with Visa and MasterCard. They went out and they fucking changed an entire culture in Japan by trying to make the manga. They tried to change the manga to be less skimpy and, like, less appealing to that audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just do that. Well, you can't just do that. You're getting most of your stuff made from a foreign country that, like, literally has child slave labor, and you want to tell me what my morals should be? Fuck off. Do your job, man.
And his business is a really broader issue.
It's
no
disgusting.
one should be denied financial services due to their religious or
Mhm.
political ideologies.
I agree.
I find it very sad
It's disgusting.
that we're discussing this, ironically, on Martin Luther King Day, frankly, who was a civil
It
rights
is
leader.
Martin Luther
Why
King
would
Day.
J.P. Morgan all of a sudden decide that
Yo, what a great time. What an insane time. If Trump announces today that he's going to call the Insurrection Act on Martin Luther King Day, holy crap. That would be legendary.
longer want President Trump's business. He had billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars with J.P. Morgan accounts, and he was given approximately 20 days, according to the president, to remove these funds due to, quote, compliance risk reasons. It's just simply too hard to believe. This wasn't the result of pressure from federal...
See, whenever you see, I said this even long before Trump was in office, whenever this stuff starts affecting the rich people, that's when shit changes. Mm-hmm.
And we need to look into it. And it's not for President Trump. It's for anybody. You should not be accused or denied the right to bank based on what you vote, who you vote for, and what you believe. And we're not going to have that either.
Yeah, shouldn't be Democrats, shouldn't be Republicans. They should be apolitical. Banks should stay out of it. I know Jamie Dimon and President Trump are on good terms, but they did put out this statement, did J.P. Morgan
That's
Chase,
crazy.
in response to the suit, serving more
Good, get fucked. I hope they lose. Did we get any more? Is there any more about this? We watched this, right? No, we didn't. See, that's the mentality. If you're not with me, you're against me. Even if you're not out there protesting, you're against them. It's crazy.
Well, anti-ICE protesters, get this, storming a church in St. Paul, Minnesota, disrupting services to confront the pastor who they allege is working with ICE.
It doesn't
and the
matter.
DOJ says enough is enough. AG Pam Bondi, quote, says this: attacks against law enforcement and the intimidation of Christians are being met with the full force of federal law. If state leaders, rule of law prevails, DOJ...
with a religious place of worship,
Yeah,
and
we
it
watched
carries criminal...
Okay, let's move on.
We're both non-binary and we live in Michigan.
Really?
I'm
non-binary, huh? Why are we catering? I don't understand why the fuck we're catering to the schizos, man.
29, they're 24. We're both non-binary and we live in Michigan.
Why are we catering to this? I don't get it.
I'm 29, they're 24. We're both non-binary and we live in Michigan.
Really? I would have never guessed. Oh, here we go.
At this point in time, with the current state.
Why do they all look like this?
They all do have a look. That's the crazy part. They have the Karen glasses. They all have like nose piercing or septum piercing. She has a septum piercing. I just didn't see it at first. Pink fucking neon highlighter hair or a type of rainbow highlighter hair. Like, how do you... That's the first indicator that you don't have a job. Or you either have a job where it doesn't matter, like Starbucks, or like maybe a fast food job. Other than that, you're not going to work in a respectable place. No place will have highlighter hair. I'm sorry. No respectable place you will work at will allow you to have that kind of hair. Period. So they're either Nepo babies or they're just retarded and they work fast food and they won't work anything other than fast food the rest of their life. Straight up.
I mean, at a certain point, like, you really have to, I mean, really, why are they all like this? Really, it's kind of like, isn't it shocking? Because you'd think that, like, there's a lot of them that are like this, but, like, god damn. it feels like it's like 80%
of the world and specifically the country.
Yeah.
Maybe being single and childless
Yeah.
is actually my biggest asset, in the sense that I don't have anything to lose, and I don't really
You don't have anything to do. That's the problem. You're a nepo baby that doesn't have to work. You live in a nice big gated community, so you don't have to see any of these illegals, and you don't have a kid or a hubby to keep your time. That's really what this boils down to, is that you literally have nothing else better to fucking do.
have anybody's life to fuck up by
Well, besides your own.
Yeah.
fighting back
I would much rather them fuck their own life up. Please. Put these people in jail.
against
Yeah. So true. So true.
It's like, I don't have anything to lose. I don't. So, like,
How many of these like isn't this so weird? Oh my god. Yeah, you have nothing. I know, the Karen Civil War. It is. It's an
totally what
actual
it is.
Karen chicks forming sentences with 1,000 ms ping. I guess so. Oh no, the guy from yesterday was right. Who's taking one for the team? Shut the fuck up, man.
Jesus.
thank
Stop.
fucking God.
Stop.
Like, I'm not trying to
Nah,
sound
these
like
people don't have anybody because they're crazy. They're literally crazy. That's really what this boils down to, is they're so fucking crazy that this is the friend of the girl that's really hot that everyone wants to bang and be with. And this is her friend that nobody likes, and is the reason why that hot girl can't really get anybody to stick around with her. Until, like, that friend gets rid of this girl, and then she ends up with the love of her life. And, you know, a house and a big old mansion or whatever. And, you know, she goes on and lives her life. And then this girl is like, she's that part in the movie that you never see. Yeah, that, like, there's a lot of these people. And the thing is like, these people probably don't even realize it because they've never had anybody that they know and trust tell them that you're just fucking crazy. No one in reality thinks the way that you're thinking right now. And I guarantee you, if they would say, oh, well, that's just, you know, me being me, ha ha ha, and then they would take that and mentally think to themselves, maybe I should seek help. That's really what would happen. But whenever you have all these parents that are trying to isolate these fucking retarded kids, they're raised up in a nepo lifestyle, even if they don't have money, having a home and being a basement baby turns you into this. It does. Because you don't have to worry about getting a job. That's the thing.
oh wow, I'm gonna save the day, because fuck if I know.
Yeah.
I'm just one person.
Right.
But all my friends who have children, they can't go to a protest and risk getting arrested.
Well.
Or worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now the protests are filled with a bunch of childless, crazy cat ladies? Is that it? This is what they've really been reduced.
See, this is what I feel like someone who did arts and crafts in elementary school and continues to draw pictures and shit like that grows up into whenever no one tells them that, you know, there's a real world, or you have these parents that don't tell them how the real world works because they're so busy trying to make enough money to support themselves and their kids so that way they don't have to work, that you get these weirdos that don't really have to, kind of like the immigrants, they don't have to integrate with society. They don't have to go and do things they don't want to do to make money. They don't have to put their morals aside to show up at Walmart or a 9-to-5 fast food job and you know, pay their own bills. They don't have to deal with the cold-hearted reality that is America. You know, they don't have to deal with it. So you just get these weirdos that still draw pictures and get told by everybody that they even some of these people, they grow up and like their family owns a business, so they get into that business. They barely show up on time, and they show up and then they get to paint and draw on company time, and it's like, and they don't even show up on time. That's the crazy part. It is like, you do realize that you even if you don't think you're privileged, by saying and doing what you're doing, it shows the privilege. I can't tell you how many companies I've worked at where they would tell me what the fuck I was doing on my phone whenever I pull it out to check the time. Like, it's crazy to think about how privileged these fucks are. Seriously.
Is a bunch of childless, crazy cat ladies.
Yep. It is.
It is. Relying on
absolutely
them.
what it is.
Makes a lot of sense.
So I guess those of us who don't, like, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go to jail. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These people are professional brain rotters. Yeah, you heard Karens that use AI to impersonate ICE to live out their really dark sexual fantasies? No, I mean, I didn't need to hear that. I would have known that. But, like, yeah.
I had a run-in with ICE last year in March. They called me sir, and they made it quite clear.
That's what happens when you shave your fucking head and you look like a dude. Maybe don't shave your head and you won't get called sir by accident. Like, you're a woman. Where's your fucking hair at, man? It's weird. That's weird. Oh, I got called sir, yeah, because you ain't got no fucking hair. It's weird. What? Like, what?
They threatened to check my body to see if I was trans.
What are you talking about?
Their exact words. Before I knew they'd surrounded my car.
Is this like a sexual fantasy?
On each side, one in front.
It has to be, right?
Maybe.
It was right then in that moment.
Man. We're not watching the whole thing, okay? Like, I'm not gonna do that to you.
I don't know if I can listen to any more of this.
And no, wait a sec. Oh, here we go.
Why does she look like Rosie O'Donnell? She looks like Rosie O'Donnell.
Here we go. Wait. We'll start very
I bet she gets that a lot and takes it as a compliment. Rosie O'Donnell's a hideous dude.
It's the Gulf of Mexico!
No, it's not.
Mexico!
No, it's not.
Gulf of Mexico!
America, bitch.
Holy fuck!
Bruh.
God damn, this bitch is wild. It's a banshee? I know. Look,
is a
guys,
banshee.
I told y'all this is it. I said every place in the world has a mythology of something that is just like this. And I don't think that's an accident. I really don't. Certain mental disorders are also accompanied by facial dimorphisms. Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. This place sucks and I hate it here. Oh my god.
I don't think these people's faces are morphed. I think that they just don't know how to fucking rock a haircut. Like, you notice, like, women, I'm sorry, but, like, women usually don't look all that attractive if they're fucking bald or they have short hair. Like, I'm sorry, like, women having long hair has worked for thousands of years. Why the hell are we changing this? Seriously, it doesn't do anybody any justice when you shave your damn hair up above your shoulders. It just doesn't look right. Everywhere in every part of the world in society, unless you're wearing a hijab, you have that women have long hair. That's just how it is. And I can't stand this weird shit they're doing now. It's so weird.
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. This place sucks and I hate it here.
Then move to Somalia. If you hate it in America so bad, move to a different country. Get the fuck out. Go to Europe.
Oh
They'll
my
love you
God.
there.
I have just the place for you. I know exactly where you need to go. It's a place, it's by the water, it's by the sea. It's called Somalia.
Thank you.
They don't have any ICE agents over there. In fact, they don't really have much government at all.
Yep.
You can go You can go to Somalia. Isn't her dad 2-3 years Dajistan? Is that it? Oh man. And yeah, more like Gitmo. They're lost souls. Yeah, these people are really crazy. Also, by the way, dyeing hair in unnatural colors like blue or purple could be associated with self-reported depression.
No. They dye their hair a highlighter color. It's kind of like one of those poisonous frogs in nature. It's a sign of like, I'm poisonous, don't eat me. It's like it shows the toxicity oozing out of their brain. That's really what's going on here. It's straight up, that's straight up what it is. It's just showing toxicity. Let me use the bathroom. Oh, much better.
Study within PsychRed Journal of Psychology. See, this is the reason why I don't believe any studies, guys. It's because I already knew this. I didn't need a study to tell me this. It was obvious. Everybody knows this. What are we doing? Depression? No, wait, you mean retarded? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. People are not real. I know. Oh, here we go.
I just feel like as white people, we gotta get stuck the fuck up. Yesterday, 10 years ago, 10 years before that, 10 years before that, 10 years before that. Just, I fucking need.
Is she wearing a she's wearing a pan on her fucking shirt. This is one of those like griller pans that you put inside of the oven. She's wearing like the top of it. What the fuck? What a weirdo.
We need to be in the streets.
Yeah, like that's the lid, right? That's the lid to like the pan itself. Why the fuck are you wearing that? You look retarded.
If it's not you today, and you take a break, somebody else you know, get them out there, take their place. We gotta do this in waves. We gotta protect ourselves. We gotta protect our neighbors. But it's time for white people to step the fuck up.
And it's been wild to watch. I've only been on the ground here for 2 days now.
About this.
It's hard to decipher.
Hey, so I have a question for you. Car was coming, forged, new, and their partner said drives baby. Actual Rust play. Question for you. Car was coming.
So what you're trying to say is hard to decipher.
Hey, so I have a question.
Why the fuck would you cut your hair like that, dude? That is just so disgusting. This looks like a fucking redneck hick with that shit, dude. Like, what are we talking about?
For you, car was coming.
You can't tell me that you think you look good like that. You look fucking crazy. You look crazy.
Forged, new, and their partner said drives baby. What would you do?
But her wife said drive baby drive because everybody saw that man pulling his gun before she started moving. She didn't hit him with her car. She didn't try to hit him with her car. She was being polite.
No, she wasn't. She was being a bitch, and she got what was coming to her.
Nice. While he was being a cocky little bitch, and that pissed him off. It was an ego trip.
Well, I guess there was only one person that won that ego trip, huh?
Punk been overtaken by a bunch of fat retards.
I don't know.
How'd this happen? What the fuck?
You can see in the video, he's reaching for his gun before she starts moving. Okay, so most
I've
of
seen
what-
plenty of officers have their hands on their guns with it still being holstered. It's so.
I'm eating, bro? No, bro. Like, this is it. These are their strongest soldiers. What can I say?
Hi. My name is Tempest.
Yeah. These people are so devolved from reality that they don't even claim their original names.
And if you don't want me to step on your toes, move your fucking feet.
We have a mental health crisis in this country, and I don't think that people have any idea how bad it really is. Oh,
We gotta put these people in jail. This is so crazy.
My God.
I feel like ICE is doing all this shit, and that's what I'm saying. I really feel like ICE is white supremacists, Proud Boys.
No one cares about what you feel like. That's
etc.
the whole reason why we're in this unfortunate mistake.
Because all that shit that happened with Charlie Kirk, we was making memes, we was laughing. It's not funny. We was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was against it. Like, no bullshit.
No, you were making memes. You were laughing. You were making fun of them. You said Rip Bozo. I saw them all. They were all over Twitter. I even had comments that I had to fucking nuke because they were being retards. Nah, bro. You guys are stupid. They even made videos of them saying they should kill the kids, too. Like, the fuck's wrong with y'all, man?
For sure.
And we had our reasonings, but I feel like this is payback. I feel like that's the payback.
The ICE is going around and arresting everybody in Charlie Kirk's name. We're going out there and we're arresting illegal aliens, and we're like, this is for Charlie Kirk.
That's why I feel like they didn't care about shooting Renee Good.
Oh my God.
And shooting Keith Porter, and many more. But because we was laughing when, you feel me, they folks got killed.
I thought the police have been shooting people all the time.
So why would they
I
care
can't keep
if
up.
our folks got killed? It wouldn't make any sense.
It's hard to
in
keep up
their
with all
eyes.
this,
you feel
man.
me? But I'm really
Oh my
thinking that
God.
this is Charlie Kirk motivated, because
Charlie Kirk.
I can't listen to no more of this, dude. She's talking like a fucking moron. I can't listen to no more of that. Hey, Jesus, I can't.
Fighters from Iranian-backed paramilitary groups in Iraq have entered Iran via 2 separate border crossings. So you're having a bunch.
It doesn't seem like Trump was going to do anything with Iran. It just doesn't.
Because I do think this is normie poison. You know what's not normie poison? Trying to be like Zohran Mamdani was hanging out with this sexy man by the name of Hassan who said America deserved 9/11.
Just give me a minute. I got retweeted by the vice president. That's nuts. I mean, the thing is that I don't really talk about this a lot because I think that it's kind of like an ego thing. I know there are other streamers that like talking a lot about how, you know, they get mainstream credibility and
Oh my God, dude. Look at this fucker. Look at this fucker perk up. Look. He's like, oh, yeah. That's right.
You know, they get mainstream credibility and mainstream.
He's looking old, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Hassan looking old.
Streamers that like talking a lot about
He looks rugged, though. For his age, he looks rugged.
You know,
Looks
they get
good.
mainstream credibility and mainstream. Yeah, is that right?
He just perked it up. He's like, wait a minute, hold on.
I don't know. It's a mystery.
This also
Nobody knows.
reveals that he does fucking hate that nobody takes him seriously.
I didn't know that. I'm learning that.
What? How did you get that from that sentence? What?
The first time.
Look at how excited he is that someone in a position of power is actually...
Exactly. And you know who a position of power isn't? Some shitty publication that nobody reads. Yeah, I think it's cool that the vice president retweets me. You think that it's cool when some fucking embarrassingly lame, totally fucking fell off newspaper writes an article about how You've got big muscles. It's embarrassing.
How is it that you're a political content creator and the only thing they can talk about because of how crazy radical your views are, because you're sitting there advocating for terrorists, that the only thing they have to write about is you laying in a bathtub with your like boxers on, bro? That's the reason why you're not getting any emails from any of these publishers anymore, like any of the big news places. It's because you're crazy.
Embarrassing.
An army of girls and gays, not to mention admiring looks and maxers, would kill to be where I am now next to Piker as he pants in a pair of neon shorts with black Calvin Klein boxers poking out and sunlight glinting off the sweat beaded on his chest hairs.
Definitely does not paint a positive view of the general public as someone who should be listened to about politics.
That's his go-to. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. We got to pick this apart now. So, Asmongold is currently getting billions of views a month, and is one of the most watched streamers on Twitch at the moment because of how often he goes live. He missed one day, and that was like Saturday. And he's a political content person. He's also a gamer. And your biggest highlight moment, Hassan Piker, is getting on a magazine that they don't even talk about your career achievements. They don't talk about your political views. They don't talk about how you felt about Palestine and Israel. They don't talk about any political anything or the fact that you game. They talk about your body and they objectify you. And they put you on the front cover and talk about that. It's crazy how you've made, like, all things aside, Hassan's obviously audience captured, obviously. But your achievements are set aside by your looks. Usually these roles are reversed. It's kind of crazy that you're literally grasping at whatever you can get. Like, there's no standard for you, and that's the reason why you're never gonna, get anywhere anymore. You have to set a standard for yourself. Like, if some newspaper thing wanted to do that for me, I'd probably be like, fuck no, get the fuck away from me, because I don't want that. But, and it may never happen, obviously, but if you're sitting there and all of the achievements that you've done in your career as a content creator and streamer are set aside by this news company trying to make an article about how you look. Let that sink in. It's like they don't care about what your beliefs are. They just wanted to make an article about you, and they just couldn't figure out what, because they couldn't line up with your ideologies. That's what this boils down to, is that they couldn't see eye to eye with you, so they had to write something. And they decided to go with how you looked, because you obviously care about how you look. It's obvious.
Wrong about that. Too woke syndrome. See, Asmongold said this article sucks. Well, Asmongold doesn't know how to fucking read. Why do you care about what his perspective is? I am an experienced media personality. I have an understanding of how these things work. This is literally my professional job, and I'm telling you, my assessment of this is that this is a very good, very humanizing piece.
Why are you looking for approval from these people? They should be looking for your approval. What are you doing? It's pathetic.
That's why you set a standard for yourself. You don't, like, bend to someone else's want, because it corrupts the whole system, bro. It corrupts you from the bottom up.
Guys like this will crumble.
I will crumble.
Because they are devoid of real ideological conviction. What news station would have you?
Well, I've been invited on a lot of mainstream publication and, like, news channels. A lot, actually.
You cannot handle the spotlight, my friend.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. He's right. It's just not what I like to do. So I don't do it.
I wouldn't want to go to these mainstream medias anyway. Like, if MSNBC, Fox, or any of them ever called. Because, like, you saw what they did to Nick Shirley. And they've done it to other content creators as well, where they try to, like,
a big part.
They try to disenfranchise you is what they try to do. Like, if you accept going to one of these, here's the thing: if you're holding 35,000 people a stream, you're already doing way better than most of these big media like Fox and all this stuff, you're already doing better. Because number one, you're doing it all by yourself and you're not having to pay a staff. Like hands down, you're most likely making more money than anyone in that staff, including the people that write the articles or even for that matter, the news people that go out and speak it. You're just going to make more money. That's just how it is because it's all being pocketed by one person. And a lot of them are set up to disenfranchise whoever goes on there. So why would you want to go there and do that to yourself? Like, why bother? They're just going to try and disenfranchise you and run over everything that you've built. Why would you want to put yourself in that position? It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. It's sad that we live in a day and age where most of the TV news broadcasters straight up lie to you and try to spin off a false narrative that doesn't exist. And you can go to a content creator and get more information about what's really going on. That's the day and age we live in. You can't trust broadcasted TV. You just can't. And it's a good thing that younger people like us understand that. We'd be cooked otherwise.
Why you cannot handle the spotlight is because you don't actually have real convictions. You're just doing it for pure grift.
Is he talking about himself? What are we doing here?
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not quoting
I'm a propagandist.
You don't have any social skills. You don't even want to fucking shower.
The reason why Hassan cares so much about showering is probably because he smells bad a lot. Because a normal person doesn't think this much about showering. Hassan probably smells bad all the time. That's why it's always on the top of his mind.
Just because he doesn't fucking shower. So regularly showering.
God, he must smell so bad.
I can't relate to you. Your room is so clean. Yeah. Yeah, guys.
Hold on. Why would he need to shower anyway if he doesn't really care about it? And number two, he lives alone. He has no guests over. He doesn't see anybody. I take it that he orders Chipotle mostly, so it's brought to his doorstep. Like, why would you... No, what's the point? He says that if he goes out and does something, he showers. And this could just be like an online persona even. He used to say that he would use a knife to scrape off the dead skin so that he'd call it showering, right? But it's obvious that he trims his beard, otherwise it'd be a woolly mess. It's obvious that he has some degree of hygiene because sometimes when he gets on, his hair's wet. It's an online persona. And it's so obvious. It's just a joke. Let it be a joke, man.
The entire thing's clean. See this? Look.
Looks
the
good.
entire thing's clean.
It's completely clean. What are we talking about? I'll say this. I actually think at this point, my room might be cleaner than Hassan's.
Yeah, I don't take a shower, so you guys are stupid enough to...
I actually think I agree with that, and let me tell you why. He doesn't have a pet. Dogs shed hair every fucking where, dude. They shed hair like crazy. They shit and pee everywhere, like... So, I actually kind of believe him.
I think I'm a common man, even...
He's really butthurt about this, isn't he?
For normies, he is a normie repellent.
Well,
bro, like, someone I dated had a dog for like 2-3 years. And even though the dog was like dead for at least 2.5 years after, bro, like, the amount of hair we were still picking out of everything was insane. It was all dog hair, too. Short, black dog hair that was clumped together everywhere in the filters of the AC, on the floor constantly. It's like no matter how many times you swept or no matter how many times you vacuumed, there was just hair everywhere.
Normie repellent, then why was I the most popular person watching the Johnny Depp trial?
I am sad. I'm sad that I missed this
event that happened that entire year. And also, by the way, I'm a weird guy. I'm a weird, goofy guy. I say weird stuff. I'm not a normie at all. I don't need to be mainstream. I don't need to have normie approval. If people want to come into my frame, they can do that and they can be part of my community. Exactly. Or if they think that this is a little bit too much and, I'm a little bit too crazy, that's fine. I don't need to change myself. But
that's kind of my view of it. I've had a lot of people that have come through and they're like, oh, can you watch direct to this video? And it's like a video that they've done and stuff like that. And they start getting real pushy with it. And I'm like, dude, I don't think you understand. Like, I don't want people to pay for stuff Because I don't want to feel obligated to do things. I want to do what I want to do. If you want to stick around for the show, then great. If not, then, you know, go on about your business. That's just how it is.
I am seeing is that people are changing to become closer to me.
I don't want to become audience captured like Hassan. I just don't. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It is in the instance of Hassan being a political entertainer. But if you're a gamer, then it's not like it really matters.
Of course I'm going to oppose it, and I hope that other people will find courage to also oppose him.
Right. He wants everybody... What is he? He's trying to build Dumbledore's army. What do you even say or do about something like this, man? He's trying to build Dumbledore's army to try to make me look bad. Hassan probably smells bad all the time.
Guys, every accusation is a confession with this guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys want to set up for yours?
Damn. That's crazy.
All these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable...
Says the guy walking around every single day down in Minneapolis, Minnesota, not going to his job and working a 9-to-5. Brother, let me tell you something. If you had a job and you had to work 5 to 6 days a week, your ass would be way too tired to be down there doing all this. I'm going to tell you that right now. Ain't no way you got a job, brother.
Lives doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters.
Anti-ICE protesters turning to churches in Minneapolis and shutting down service. I don't know why they don't arrest these people. I mean, they're going in here and they're interrupting religious services.
This is literally unconstitutional. They literally are they're breaking the Constitution by doing this. All things aside, how are we allowing this in our own country?
And so this is another group of people here. They're forcing this guy to take off his American flag shirt or hoodie or something like that, going around like a mob and making people change their clothes. How is Trump okay with this? I don't know why he's okay with it. They need to do something about this. It's getting crazy. Take it off. They're making the guy take off his jacket. Man in Minneapolis is being confronted and labeled a Nazi over alleged support for ICE before being assaulted and knocked out. Someone in the crowd shouts, "He's one of us," appearing to realize they attacked one of their own.
Damn, bro. Just imagine if that guy didn't step forward and say that, they probably would have killed that man. Like, this past weekend has kind of been a testament. Like, how many more of these weekends have to go by with all these people roaming the streets before somebody gets, like, beaten to death or stabbed? Like what almost happened to that one content creator, where they were pulling on his vest and someone tried to stab him in that big crowd. Like, when does it why can't we be more proactive and less reactive with this? Why not use the Insurrection Act, mobilize the military, get the military in here, break all this up, and get all these immigrants? Like, this could literally take a couple days. This is taking weeks because of what? Why don't we just mobilize the military, bring in the military, be done with this, be reactive, be proactive, not reactive, before people start actually dying? Like, seriously. We already had one lady shot and killed. We already, like even with all the shitstorm that stirred up around that, caused all this. This has to end, dude. This has to end.
Okay.
How are they letting this shit go on?
He's one of us.
How do we know? How we know?
I was with him.
How do we... Dude, it's crazy this is even
How
real.
do any of you know? How do any of you know if you're with them? If there's a new person that wants to join the group, how are you going to let anybody join the group if you're attacking them? Idiot.
Right? Tech workers say they were mistaken for ICE agents accosted by the anti-ICE mob.
We do custom apps for a whole bunch of companies around Minnesota and the country.
It's scary. It is scary. These people will kill you if they could.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, they already are trying. They are already trying to kill you. That's the terrifying part about it. They've already tried to kill people. I mean, just imagine if that guy didn't step forward and say that he was a part of the group. They definitely would have beat him to death for sure. Like, come on.
Shit. Not bleeding is natural for Nazis' ears. And this is just a random guy. It's just a random guy. They're tearing this dude up.
Where you going? Huh? Are you ICE? No. Do you like ICE? Say ICE! Say it! Say it! You're a Your mom's a say it! You! You Nazi! You Nazi! You Nazi!
Just a random guy. A group of Somali thugs just robbed me of my $1,000 camera.
Hey, 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 hey! Hey, get! What did she just do? She fucking... She took next camera.
Yep. Yeah, fuck that, dude. I'd be doing the same shit.
She just stole next
If someone snatched my phone too, I'd be doing the same shit. I promise you, if I had a gun on you, I wouldn't be running. I'd be shooting. Best believe you going into the dirt for that felony, boy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Yo, that camera's worth a lot of money.
It's absolute chaos. They turned Minneapolis into
And you
a
can't even call the police to file a police report because ain't nobody gonna show up. That's the crazy part. Nobody's gonna show up. He's better off going into a Walmart and stealing another camera. Straight up.
server. Where's Trump? How are you letting people do this? Really? Like, you're driving down the side. Like, this is like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, no. Hell with that, bro. That's crazy.
Is being confronted and labeled a Nazi over alleged support for ICE before being assaulted and knocked out. Someone in the crowd shouts, "He's one of us," appearing to realize they attacked one of their own. Mindset that we can't come down hard on these people, because if we do, then these people will come down hard on us. And he just... What matters... Well, it will eventually probably get that. It will get to this extreme. And this, by the way...
You want it, right? What the fuck you want it, right? That's what you did. Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck up out of here. You fucking coward.
Was it wrong? That's true. Okay, all right, here we go. He's going to get in the car. Okay. Oh.
Did they break his windshield?
Oh, this is the car?
Was it wrong? That's true. Okay, all right, here we go. He's going to get in the car. Okay. Oh. Look at him go, just following this guy around. Jesus. Jesus, bro, what a bunch of savages. Oh my God. I think I saw this one, right?
That's him!
No, it's another one.
That's him! Is that him? Is that him? Yes! Open the door! You fucking coward! Where the fuck are you, a coward?
On the side, like, this is like Grand Theft Auto.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Just tell her to give him the camera back.
Jesus. They're not even hiding it? Well, why would they? They get away with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say no one's being arrested unless they're interfering with the federal agents. So, like, I guarantee you.
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you're in the car?
Yep.
What the fuck you want it, right? What the fuck you want it, right? That's what you did. Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck up out of here. My daughter. You fucking coward. Where the fuck are you, a coward, bitch? You have to leave. You're a fucking coward. Get robbed, you motherfucker. Get the fuck up out of here. Bitch. You fucking coward.
Oh, too bad.
Nobody motherfucker, you trying to infect that shit. Nobody stepped in. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. $1,000.
Man.
Fuck you, bitch. Did you call that? Did anybody call 911? Have Kevin do it.
He's press.
You fucking Nazis.
We got it all on video. We're not Nazis.
Yeah, you fucking Nazis.
We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn Hitler completely. I'm not racist. I condemn all racists.
You couldn't do this kind of shit in Texas, cause like this motherfucker right here would be dead. Someone shot and killed him. Whenever they put in the stand your ground laws in Texas, it was the most beautiful thing. Like the day after. Well, actually, no. Like it's just crazy how. I got to be careful what I say because I got to be careful. But it's just crazy how things changed. It really is. It was a beautiful thing, bro.
I'm trying to argue with this. Can we all agree Trump's a pussy for this? He is. He's a total massive pussy. Like, I am so mad that he doesn't do anything about this. It's so
Maybe he's waiting for, like, something as bad as the insurrection to happen, so that way whenever he cracks down, you know, the Dems can't use the whole insurrection thing anymore. But this is pretty bad. Like, you've got literal anarchy going on in Minnesota right now.
We were driving through and we got followed. You guys followed us.
No, we're following you because who are you?
It doesn't matter. We're allowed to be
That's
here.
crazy. We're following you because this could be like a normal group of people having no idea what the fuck's going on. Not everybody stays connected to the internet. This could be like a normal people, I don't know, going on vacation around America, and then they show up here, and then this crazy shit's going on, you know? It could just be random people.
United States of America.
Oh.
Why do we have to leave? What? We're not leaving until we get the camera. You want us to leave? Give us the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Call your friend, get the camera back, and we'll leave.
Look at this. This is insane. No point arguing with these people? No, there's no reason. They want to be victims so bad. I know. Look at all them saying they deserved it. I know. I tried to tell you guys. You can't reason with these people. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you're treating him like this. Why? Why?
Trump can't do anything right now. It has to become very violent before the actions are justified. Well, if the military's listening to Trump and he's able to do it, then he can do it. It's that simple. It being justified according to CNN, CNN's never going to say that it's justified.
Yeah.
Some
No, you could have the entire city of Minneapolis burning to the ground with looting, raping, and killing going on, and they're never gonna be like, oh, well, it was just no. They're gonna always say it was unjustified. It doesn't matter. You should do what you think should be done. That's what should be going on. Like, if you can figure out that drug boats are coming from the cartel in Venezuela and then capture the president in 3 hours with no American loss of life, I feel like maybe Trump knows more about what's going on with this situation than we do. And I hope that's the case, and I hope that he's making an unbiased decision based on that instance. I do.
Judge is
maybe he's got strings being pulled behind the scenes that's going to end this.
Say that it's justified. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters.
And I don't say that because it's Trump. I'm saying that because it's the president of the United States. Typically, the president of the United States knows more about what's going on behind the scenes as long as they're trying to be the president and not trying to be a corpse that just lays there and does fuck all constantly 24/7 for 4 years.
Or you have the power to do something or you don't. Mm-hmm. That's it. Can he do it? I don't know. Will the people with guns listen to him? If the answer is yes, then he can do it. It's that simple. They call him Nazi and put even more fingers on him. It's just really sad. How many more fingers can they put on him and call him a Nazi? They've already done this 1,000 times.
Right.
It's not like it's going to matter the next time. The problem is he'd lose support from all the pussy Republicans who like to toe the line. Well, I mean, again, like those people would never support him anyway. And
it doesn't matter because if we have another president that is not a pussy line walker, that is, as his viewpoints are radical like Trump's are, he's going to get voted in regardless. It's not going to matter what the Senate wants. It's going to matter what the president or the candidates for presidency want. If their views seem radical and altering, that's what people are going to go with because, like, people can't afford rent. They can't afford bills. They're living paycheck to paycheck. If one thing like as simple as like a tire going flat, for a lot of people, that's the fine line between bankruptcy and being able to show up to their job where they could barely make what they need to survive. So people are going to choose the most radical outcome in their politics as they can.
I mean, I think it's good to filter those people out. What's embarrassing is you thinking you know how to handle it better than Trump and his 1,000 lawyers. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that really, like, you're worried about the law. I'm not worried about the law. Who cares about the law? Like, they're gonna,
I personally think Trump should use the Insurrection Act, and it should have been used like as early as last weekend. I do. That's my honest opinion. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, like 2 weeks ago. That this shouldn't have been allowed to get this bad.
We'll invent a new law.
Like, it's gotten so bad they're releasing students out of schools to go and protest now. Like, schools haven't been in session for like 2 weeks now. In
Trump under if they get power again. It doesn't matter. You're under the false impression that the rules that exist matter. They don't matter. They will ignore the rules. They'll make up new rules. They will come up with other examples of why it's okay that they do it this way. Exactly. This is a mistake. You have fallen into the mistake of trying to think that your opponent is playing by the same rules as you are.
If you play a game and your opponent has rigged a game using a cheating system, by default you're going to lose. You're playing a whole different game than they are. That's just how it is.
Your opponents are not doing that. I agree with you 99% of the time, but this part always confuses me. I mean, didn't they charge Trump with 34 felonies of the same thing?
Yeah.
Try and put him in jail for like years and years and years over just like a fucking, like an accounting mistake? Or like, even if it wasn't a mistake, like this is like basically a very small amount of money. They're trying to put him in jail for this. Like, I mean, an accounting error, yeah, it's like nothing. So keep in mind, that's what they tried to do. Of course that's
they
what
tried to bury Trump, and Trump came out and buried the people that tried to bury him. That's really what happened here.
They will do anything that they can. And this idea that, like, oh, you can't do this. This is what the rules say. Who cares what the rules say? If the rules have brought you to a place that is completely chaotic, if it's totally destruction, if there's total destruction, there's people that are out there on the streets finding random gangs roving around, attacking people because they think this person could be on the opposite side as them. If the rules have brought you to this position, then what purpose were the rules even serving? Exactly. Why do you even have the rules? Very clearly, the rules aren't helping. Yep. So why follow them?
Well, they're not helping because they're not being enforced. That's the problem. The rules are there, the laws are there, but they're not being followed. They're not being enforced. What is the point of having the rules if you're never going to enforce them? You can use this even down to a base level of like a card game in a competition. What's the point of having all of these rules in a card game for a competition if the referee's never going to enforce them? Why not just get up and slap the other person's deck off the table at that point, you know?
Absolutely not. Should do whatever you need to do to get this done. Feels like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's not damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's you either solve the problem or you don't, and you ignore the people that are complaining about it. It doesn't matter.
Yep. Because the thing is that you're always gonna have people that are gonna complain. That'll never change. You're always gonna have these people that are gonna bitch, moan, complain, da 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 da. What separates you from them is the fact that you keep that internal and less external. That's what the signs of a leader look like.
They literally charged Trump's misdemeanor offense into 34 felony counts.
Doing what needs to get done, getting it done, and then knowing what needs to get done.
Of course. Like, I mean, again, they're not playing by the same rules that you're playing for. So the ends justify the means? Of course. Duh. What do you think? Why do you think we nuked Japan?
Racism can go.
And we're seeing that now.
They say this, and then, oh, here we go.
Why? This right here.
Texas plates.
Texas plates.
And we have shown up with compassion, with care, with real resilience, with understanding of our constitutional rights. And
hate that bitch.
Leftists are going for Jake Lang's head at the anti-Islam protest, violently wearing masks. Well, yeah, violence. And do we have a crisis with white middle-aged? I'm not advocating.
Punk ass bitch. All right, what's your fucking excuse?
Punk ass bitch. Why do you? It's not the same. Oh, I don't think it. I think it is. I mean, like, really, and yeah.
You think you're gonna bring your kids here and we're gonna spare you while you fucking support the bombing of children in Gaza? You fucking these fucking.
What the hell are we doing? In my opinion, this is just being a public disturbance and a public nuisance. Somebody like this should just get locked up. I don't know why there are so many people that are adamant about living in a society that's terrorized by the mentally ill, the aggressive, the vitriolic, and the dangerous. Why are we married to the idea that we have to live in a world with these people? Why can't we just lock them up?
You know what? I think I'm going to roll for the day. I'm going to get off early, I think. Yeah, it's 10:41. We're getting off like a little bit like an hour early. I'm fine with that. It's Martin Luther King Day. All right, stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Take it easy. I'll be back on tomorrow bright and early. We got through all the fluff that I wanted to go through, so I'm happy with that. Be back on tomorrow. Peace. Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. Oh,